Okay, looks like we're live. All right, looks like we're live. So, I'm just gonna wait a second to see if anyone comes on. And as you trickle in, I'm gonna just go ahead and type in what we're doing today. Uh, all right. So today we're gonna actually be doing. I thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about singing language, how to get it into your ear, and how it can help kind of speed up the process of getting language in your ear, um, as well as getting it under your fingers a little bit better. And surprisingly enough, it becomes a lot easier to transpose into different keys after you get it into your ear. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm just going to type that in the chat, discussing singing language and not a singer. I'm not a singer. Okay, um, so with that being said, I think it's very important to start simple. So very, very simple. So I'm gonna play a short 2/5, and it's gonna be really, really simple. It's gonna be 8 notes and then resolving to the one, so I guess maybe 9 notes. And and then I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna sing it and I'm gonna kind of go through my process of how I would sing this if I couldn't sing it or if you're new to singing lines and things like that. So let's jump into it. Okay, so here's the line. Let me adjust my camera here. So here's the line here. Really simple, all diatonic right now. So very, very simple. Like I said, all diatonic. And just because we want to keep it very simple and we want to keep it very and slow, of course. Keep it slow. In order to be able to hear the line. And then also when you're singing it slow, singing it very slowly. So you're hitting the pitches. And you'll notice when I'm singing, and I'm about to sing here in a second, I'm also going to be go ahead and push down the notes that you're singing. All right. So here's the two. So this is just here's the two of the 2/5. All right, so I'm gonna sing that. Ba da ba da. I'm gonna sing that again. I'm gonna use the numbers 3 1 5 3, and then I'll check myself. Let me check it. Right? So ba bo ba da. Pretty close. Like I said, not a singer. Singing and fingering. Yeah, man. Augusto, Santos. Yeah, man. Singing and fingering. So yeah, today just going over singing language and how to get it into your playing. But so I'm singing ba do ba do. Hey Tracy, nice to see you. Um, and so that's the 2 bar. Ba do ba do. So 3 1 5 3, and then we're going to the 5 chord now. So like I said, really simple. This is probably not a line that I would normally play. This is just a line I'm using, and I might play something like this, but I'll go into how to evolve this in a minute. This is just about singing accurate pitches and getting them into your ear to allow language to flow out a lot easier. So da do da do da, right? So that's the B, I think. Oh, I missed that. Ba da. So ba bo ba bo ba. So that's B. That's the 3 of the 5 chord. Ba ba ba. So wait, what am I doing? So sometimes you got to slow down. I'm trying to rush. Let me calm myself here. Slow down a little. So that's the 3 of the 5 chord. Ba 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 ba. So I'm going ba 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 ba. So it's 3 5 1 5, and then I'm resolving to the 3 of the 1 chord. Ba So let me check that. Let me check the five. Let me check the 5/7 chord here. Ba 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 ba. And then we're landing on the three of the one chord. Ba, right? So now I think I have it in my ear and I'm singing it. I obviously I'm keeping mistakes in here and everything. I'm not I don't have perfect pitch and I'm not a great singer, but I think this is imperative to kind of get language in, and I do it. Probably should do it more, but I go in these waves of doing this, and I think it's really helpful. So if you're new to this, I would just say do two notes at a time. Maybe just go like this. Ba da. Go to the next two notes. Ba da. So maybe put all four together now. Ba do ba do, and then play the next two notes. Ba da. The next two notes. Ba da. It's a little high for me. So then I'll play all four of those. Ba da da da. And then the last note. Ba. Now put it all together. Ba do ba do ba 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 ba. So pretty close. Simple, very very simple. We're starting simple, we're starting slow, and that's where you want to start with everything, with it, learning something new. If you're learning a really difficult new approach to any type of you playing, whether it be a different style, whether it be a different improvisation technique, we want to start slow. We want to be able to sing these things, because if you can sing them and you're singing something that's in your head, that means you can play it. If you can't sing it, most of the time you can't play it. This one crazy curl is driving me crazy. Whatever, we'll just deal with it. Um, the benefits of having curly hair. All right, um, so how do we make this a little more complicated? Maybe let's add a little color. So that typically can come over the 5/7 chord. So I'm going to change up the five chord, or the 5/7, the dominant chord. I'm going to change up the dominant chord a little bit, and and you'll hear it, and then um and then I'll sing it and try to get that sound in my ear, which is a sound I really really like. So um still very simple, keeping the beginning the same. So all I did was I played the flat 13 instead of the 5. So just raise that 5 up a half step. That gives you the flat 13. So now I want to sing that. So we have the first part. Ba-do, ba-do. And now I need to get this new sound in my ear. So maybe I just play the first two notes. Ba da ba da. So ba da da ba da. It's a half step resolution. Ba da. Again, not a singer, but I'm getting this in my ear. And so by doing this, you allow yourself to get something into your ear. And if you play it enough, just in one key, the transposition into other keys is so much easier because you have this template. I think of it as a template in your ear almost, or in your brain, and it's this template that you've created for the sound. So if I play, I'm going to make a mistake here on purpose. So I'm going to play it in this key, which is in concert B flat. All right, so I have that template in my ear, that of what I'm hearing, that especially that dominant chord, because it's that flat 13 sound. And so now let me just go to a different key. So I'm going to go to the key of F concert, all right? And I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play it slowly. And so the first bar, I need to think, okay, I'm in F concert. The first bar, right? Ba do dee da. All right? So that's my template. I know that part's right. But let's say I play. Let's say I go back to the original first line, which is this. Now I'm gonna play that in F concert. Right. So that's now I want to play that with the flat 13. So I have that template in my ear. I know what that's gonna sound like. I don't need to think about it. Right. So but if I made a mistake on that, if I didn't practice this in this way and I didn't sing it, I might not be able to hear those differences, or I might not. I might be able to hear the mistake, but it's a lot easier to transpose. I literally just made this line up. Not that it's anything crazy. I wanted to keep it very simple, but I can probably play this in all 12 keys. At a slow pace, and probably make very few, if any, mistakes, because I have it in my ear templated, and I'm carrying it through very slowly. And I think that's a lesson within itself. But I think the singing part, right? Ba do da do ba ba do ba do ba 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 da. Right? So I like I said, I'm not a singer, but I have these notes already templated, or pre kind of inserted in my head. So I'm trying to get those pitches out. And the saxophone is just an extension of our voice. And so if we can sing it in our heads, and be able to really recall it on our instruments, then we're kind of doing what everybody wants to do, being able to play what you want to hear. And um and some of the crazy runs you hear, Chris Potter, Josh Redman, Walter Smith the third do, like all that stuff, Seamus, that they can hear that stuff. They're not just like guessing. They can hear that. And it's obviously the best, the top level, the apex of our instrument. But they started somewhere. I know for a fact that Seamus does this. He's talked about doing this. I've had a lesson with him. So this is like a thing that he used to do, in order to get these types of like little bits of language into his head, and being able to manipulate it in such a beautiful way, like he does. So I hope it's cool that I kind of went off, like, track this. I didn't just give like you a lick. I just kind of I really wanted to focus on, um, keeping something simple, keeping a piece of language very, very simple, being able to sing that piece of language, and it doesn't have to be a 2/5, right? It can be anything. Let's talk about sequencing. If you wanted to play something like this, so be able to sing that, bum bum. So get the note, bum ba da da. And then let me see if I can go up a half step, right? I'll get my starting note, so I'll just go up a half step. Bum ba da da. Right. So I kind of hear that. We can put let me pick any note on the horn. I'm just gonna pick a random note. Bum bum be da da. So what is that? So that's what I just sang. So bum be da da, dum dee da da. So that's more of a voice leading thing. Right. So I'm just playing what I'm hearing, but being able to sing it really, really helps us be able to play what we want to hear. And like I said, little off the 2/5 Tuesday track, but I did give you a 2/5 to practice singing, and and have fun with that just little chunk. Just use very little, excuse me, I can't speak. Use very small pieces of information, very small pieces of language, and be able to sing that. There's tons of cliches out there you can use. You have something like this, right? So that's just a leading tone to the seventh. Boo, do, da, ba, boo, do, do. So like leading tone to the seventh, five, three, two, one. Boo, ba, boo, ba, do, da. Be able to sing that. That's a great, that's a beautiful um two. That's you know, you typically can use that over a two. You can use that in a lot of different situations. So I don't want to put like a hard fast like this is the only place you can use it. You can use this stuff anywhere. But yeah, so being able to sing little bits of language like this is really really important because it 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 will come back to you better, quicker. It will get into your subconscious quicker, and you'll be able to transpose into, even if you've never played in a certain key and you hear something in your head that you've played and sang, it's going to come out in a different key a lot easier. I promise you. It's an amazing thing to work on, and maybe just work on it 5 minutes a day. Pick a little piece of language, like maybe that one I just did, bom ba do do. Maybe you just play those four notes and or any four notes, and just work on singing for 5 minutes a day. It doesn't take much, and you'll notice it gets easier and it gets better. Just like everything, the more you kind of stick with it and have consistency, just do a little bit of it. Even sing without your instrument. That also is cool. Um, so that's it for today. Does anybody that's on here have any questions or have any suggestions for next week? I kind of have a couple of things in the bank that I kind of been thinking about. This was something I thought about. I wrote a line that I can share with you guys next week. And yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to come up with new lines and just share them with you. But I thought maybe, starting from a place that's, you know, I think this is really important versus like just kind of giving, giving you licks, because I'm sure you guys have plenty of those. What kind of neck strap do I have on? I have a Boston Sax. It's called the Newberry Deluxe, and it is an absolutely fantastic neck strap. Um, so Boston Sax Shop. I don't know if any of them are in stock, but if they are, they are great. I highly suggest grabbing it. Thank you, Sergio, for the question. Um, yeah, it's one of the best ones I've found. The sax holder neck strap is also very good if you want to take pressure off your neck. This doesn't take all the pressure off your neck, but it does have a weight distribution bar here that does help. Um, but it's comfortable. It's nice. Any other questions? I see there's a couple people on here. Just so you guys know, I am also a doctor of physical therapy. So if you have any questions or needs in that regard, prevention, injury prevention, or wellness, more than happy to answer questions on there. And if you leave a question in the comment section, I will get to it next week. And yeah, so thank you very much. I'm thankful. I should have said this on the front end. I am thankful for all of you guys that continue to come back and support me and support the channel. And happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. What kind of saxophone do I have? Okay, Sergio. I have a Mark Six tenor, and I have a KB sax neck on it. It's a hand hammered copper, so that's why it might look a little like you can't tell what it is. But yeah, it's a hand hammered copper KB sax neck and a Mark Six 78,000 Mark Six. So, but yeah, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Um, yeah, it's really really cool to see people come back on here and hang. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday with your families. Be safe, and I'll catch you next week. Always positive, always progressing. Later.